Saturday morning, and welcome back to Weather Down in Muletown. It is 14 minutes past 5 o'clock in the morning, 05:14 for the rest of all my brothers and sisters out there. Hope you're all staying dry and safe so far. It's been a noisy one and a wet one here in the Muletown area. Lots of lightning, lots of fireworks to go with that show. So far, not a whole lot other than just some strong winds, strong gusty winds, maybe in the 30s so far, all below severe limits, and some heavy rain, and that definitely that light show that's been going down. So other than that, we'll check out some of that lightning here real quick. Throw on the historical view, and you can kind of see just what all has been going on there as far as the lightning goes, especially here across the Columbia Muletown area. A couple strikes here close for me as well, so definitely some good ones here and there. The biggest story though remains tornado watch here in effect for the counties in yellow until 10 a.m. and or until they do something with it. I imagine they'll probably do something different or modify that or something else by then, so don't get that just wrapped up in your head as a hard deadline or anything like that. So other than that, things are pretty good at the moment. Although this back in motion, check out these storms coming from the southwest. Most of them look like they're just heavy rain at the moment. You see some warnings there on the prior end of things in the past, but those cells looks like now they're a little more off biting themselves. They got some more lightning in them. They're maybe a little bit more vigorous than just a small blob, but they are definitely not anywhere near that severe warned criteria anymore. And we're just keeping an eye currently just on this area of the line as they slide northeast right along this boundary here to our southwest, since roughly you can see the direction that they are sliding right now at the moment. So, but again, no warnings, just have that watch in place. Again, that's what's scrolling there at the bottom. Watch just means remember, watch out for tornadoes, and then the warning, if we have one of those issued, means it is happening now. We see that happening on radar, someone else has seen it, something like that. So definitely remember the difference there, and keep that one in the back of your mind. Definitely not saying stay up and listen to us all night. If you need to go get some sleep, definitely do that. It's not just stay peeled to the thing all day kind of day. Later on, we will be pretty much peeled, but for right now, if you need to take a nap, definitely go take a nap. I tried to steal some myself at some point briefly, but it's again going to be a little more difficult for me just with all the other things that we have to do, but otherwise I would be. So again, biggest thing is going to be going forward, the storms that are coming this afternoon still. Again, we have all of our favorable ingredients there as far as our wind shear, our instability, our moisture coming up from the Gulf of America. All that looks to be in the right place. We're just waiting on our crust there to heat up. Our crust, been a long night, sorry, forgive me. Our shells there to heat up, tortillas to heat up, and see what time the storms get here, what they can do with that daytime heating, and so on so forth. So again, don't really see the high risk scenario thing there very often. It is kind of rare, but it's something, again, you have to deal with every now and then, and we're not covered under that high risk, but it is relatively close enough just for the concern there. You see Murray County, Columbia covered about 95% of it there in the moderate, the 4 out of 5 risk, but that's a high 5 out of 5 down there isn't too far away, so definitely enough for concern. And that again is why we have our severe coverage continuing now wall to wall pretty much as long as we have this watch in place, and probably I imagine a good portion of the day throughout the day today. So stay with us, stay tuned. Again, whether we're here talking or not, usually I am right here at the weather desk doing some other things, and keep the comments, everything else coming. all that fun stuff. Appreciate the words of encouragement as well, and I appreciate that. We all appreciate you following it, and we do the things for our community because we live here too. So we love it just as much as you all. So we definitely love those words of encouragement as well too, especially on a day like today when we've been up all day. So definitely helps. Appreciate it. Same, Mary, to you as well on YouTube. Appreciate you joining us on YouTube. Didn't mean to cut everything off in the middle on y'all there, but Facebook has an auto shutdown thing, and it's a little so I have to roll with the punches there. Caleb, don't know exactly how like the arrangements go there as far as like who goes when, what, in space, and this, that, and the other. That would probably be a great question for the Murray EMA's page, Murray Emergency Management, or I think it's Office of Emergency Management on Facebook. But that would be a great question for them. I know they've been active throughout this on their page, their Facebook page. So I think they have somebody there that's working that at least somewhat here and there. May not be 24/7, but seems like they are working that. Stephanie, yeah, we are going to be at Mule Day. We're going to be in the parade. We thought about doing something at the park, but I just don't think we're going to have the other stuff that we need in time from the printers and things like that. But we're definitely going to try to do more community events and stuff like that going forward. We love doing stuff with the kiddos. Boppy always has a knack for like putting together little cute crayon books and coloring stuff, and donating books to libraries at schools. I know we've donated several kids like related weather books, some Cat in the Hat stuff, and some other like kind of real sciencey but broken down, you know, kid level stuff, really cool, to some libraries around Murray County, just because, you know, that's Poppy's thing. I like going and explaining. I was that kid, you know, once that liked the science and the weather, and one of the Channel 4 meteorologists came to my third grade class, and we had one of the 21st century classrooms back then where computers were still, you know, kind of new, and we had a built-in weather station, and it was what Channel 4 used as their data point. And like a couple times during the day, a phone would ring over there back in the day of dial-up modems, and everybody knew not to touch it or pick it up, and it would get the weather data and boop it back to Nashville. So we all thought that was super cool, and it was my job to keep, I think it made sure it was on miles per hour instead of knots. So I took that job very seriously. Me being 9 and again full of myself in weather. And then not long after that was the April '98 series of tornadoes downtown Nashville and here, and that was when the bug bit me. Saw the tornado come through this part of Murray County as a strong EF3-4, and that was it. I saw it from Sunnyside. It was so big you could see whole sheets of tin and sheet metal and plywood and stuff flying around, and it was pretty epic. I remember it very well, and that's what when the bug bit me. So remember it hitting downtown Nashville that morning, Clarksville early that morning before sunrise, kind of like on a day like today. And Boppy was a weather aficionado, and that's how she got me into it. She took me to my first spotter class not long after this, but that day she had already been watching the weather like some of you fine folks, and regardless of what the school system did, Boppy had already determined that Cap wasn't going to school that day because nope. Not gonna happen, and had that weather sense and that mama sense about her to know. And I watched all that happen from my grandma's couch at the time, and was just amazed by it. And that's part of the reason I think that I'm here today. So Bill Hall, the Channel 5 crew, holding up the notepad saying the tornado was hitting the station, take cover, like that whole thing. I remember seeing it rotating on Skycam and the camera going out. So yeah, that whole day, that couple of days actually, because I want to say it was like the 16th to the 19th, will always stick out of my mind. But yeah. Yeah, currently good in Columbia, Kristen. It's mainly just some lightning and some heavier rain coming through from the south, like through Lawrence County up 43 Summertown way. But at the moment, no warnings, no nothing like that. So just still watching things, letting the radar roll here and there, and kind of taking some breaks in and out, watching models, checking things out. We do have the tornado watch in effect though until 10 a.m. technically. I think something will probably happen with it before then, either probably canceling off counties or modifying it if the conditions weren't extending it, or if the conditions change drastically enough, they may let this one expire, cancel it, and then reissue a new one with different wording or different threat categories, probabilities, yada, 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 yada. So a couple of different things I could do there, and we'll just have to see. But again, it's looking like I will be around to see it with you at this rate. So might try to get some sleep again, but worry that I'm running out of time and still got plenty of things to do. So luckily, is one of my dual use parenting and public service skills. I'm used to running at peak efficiency on no sleep. It matters of life and death. So, yay! It's just like the good old days. I'm just highly caffeinated, highly motivated. So that'll have to do for today. Donkey. That'll have to do. Yep, still showing some pretty decent updraft helicity traces on the latest HRRR model, right around through like that southern Middle Tennessee corridor of about like I-40 south and east, along like our area, Wayne County, Lewis County, Murray, Lawrence, up through Williamson, kind of that streaky area. Yep. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, some of these models are still trending pretty nasty. So definitely going to be interesting later on in the day, I think. So quite likely to be bumpy at times as well, I would say. Be very easily bumpy. We'll say that for sure. Could be very easily bumpy. All right, sports fans. But anyway, those are the major announcements there right off the top. So again, the tornado watch in effect still till 10 a.m. or until otherwise. That's what indicated there by our yellow background. Keep those comments and everything coming. Questions, comments, concerns, spontaneous utterances, admissions of guilt. Appreciate all of the above. Again, like I said, trying out a new monetization program with Facebook that's kind of more all-encompassing instead of just based on post or just based on video or just based on this. It's a little bit of all of the above sprinkled in there. So try that out, see how that's gonna go. And again, every little like, share, comment, everything that y'all do, interact with us, view, watch, always helps us out. So appreciate that. And just by you all being here helps us out. And then again, just wear out those like and share buttons, subscribe, follow, all of those fun things. So again, we love you, Murray County, because we live here too. Thank you very much, Miss Linda, for your kind words. Yep, lots of folks are the same way, where they only have maybe like cell devices or something, or they have limited service, and they have maybe just like a booster or Wi-Fi, internet-based stuff at their house, and that's it. They don't have cable or any of that stuff. So yeah, we had a lot of folks who man, it got us right in the feels. That told us, that we really, really helped them out last May, because some of them, they had weather radios that didn't alert. Uh, they said on that tornado, and they, I think, had gotten the tornado emergency ping by then, but they had already lost power, had already been hit. So, um, they credited us and a couple of other folks like us with literally like for helping them not get hurt, and that just got us right in the feels, because I mean that's what this is all about. So we understand those rural life struggles and or just wanting to cut the cord cable thing both. So again, that's just why we are here. We love our community because that's where we live too. So we're all about that skin in the game, and that's why we won't blow smoke up your butt or anything like that, or sugarcoat things. We just try to give it to you as straight as we can. If you ask us what we think, we'll tell you. And other than that, we just try to relay stuff from the NWS and go with what the things that are coming down the pipe from the folks that are smarter than us. But just within ourselves, we've been doing this a long time. So that also has its values, I guess, in the long run. So again, appreciate each and every one of you for joining. Again, if you like what you see, check out the About section. Have a couple of donation support options there you can help us out with. Helps us cover a lot of the subscriptions, overhead stuff, monthly stuff, and buy new gizmos and gadgets every now and then. Still a work in progress on the studio. I'll get y'all some pictures of that once it's getting a little bit more towards complete, but going to get the new monitor mounted probably here in just a bit before all the rest of this stuff gets up here, because it's going to really come in handy I think later on today. So definitely send y'all some snaps of that once we get it more towards complete, because it's definitely all a crowd-funded grassroots as you can get community effort. So love y'all, mean it. Stay frosty, and we'll be back in and out with our live continuing coverage of what looks like, at least so far, across the southeast portions of Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama, at least so far, a fairly decent tornado outbreak. So March in the South, as most of us who lived here a long time know it. And if you're new here, this is kind of more what it's like sometimes, as far as being way different from the snowy stuff. So we'll help you through it. It's not as scary as it seems at first. There's a rhyme to a reason to all this, and we'll kind of teach you what to look for. What we're staring at here, as far as this all alphabet soup and color scheme jigsaw puzzle goes. But other than that, check us out, stay with us, and stay tuned.
What flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected? Where a portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Giles, Lawrence, Marshall, and Maury. When? Until 8:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Impacts: minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Additional details: at 5:18 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Loretto, Hornersville, St. Joseph, Eastridge, Lineville, Good Spring, Leoma, Colioca, West Point, Belfast, and Iron City. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood turnaround. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Wind advisory remains in effect from 7 a.m. Saturday to 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Sunday. What? South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour expected. Where? All North Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee. When? From 7 a.m. Saturday to 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Sunday. Impacts: gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down, and a few power outages may result. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. Secure outdoor objects. It is important to have multiple ways to get warnings in advance of and during severe weather in case power outages occur. Wind advisory remains in effect until midnight Central Daylight Time tonight. What? South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until midnight Central Daylight Time tonight. Impacts. Gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. Secure outdoor objects. In Nashville at 5 a.m. Light rain, the temperature was 66 degrees, dew point was 55, and the relative humidity was 67%. Winds were south at 21 miles an hour, gusting to 29. The pressure was 29.61 inches and falling. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, fair, 71. Crossville, fair, 61. Columbia Mount Pleasant, mostly cloudy, 63. Dixon, partly cloudy, 68. Fayetteville, cloudy, 66. Gallatin, cloudy, 68. Lawrenceburg, cloudy, 61. Lebanon, mostly cloudy, 66. Livingston, cloudy, 66. McMinnville, haze, 64. At Murfreesboro, temperature 63 degrees. Portland, mostly cloudy, 68. Pulaski, cloudy, 63. Rockwood, clear, 63. Shelbyville, cloudy, 63. Smyrna, a thunderstorm, 65. Cookeville, Sparta, mostly cloudy, 64. Springfield, partly cloudy, 68. Winchester, cloudy, 66. Elsewhere in Tennessee. Chattanooga, fair, 66. Jackson, cloudy, 70. Knoxville, mostly cloudy, 66. Memphis, cloudy, 72. Oak Ridge, mostly cloudy, 68. Tri-Cities, cloudy, 61. Across the region. Louisville, cloudy, 72. Bowling Green, fair, 71. Huntsville, mostly cloudy, 68. Paducah, mostly cloudy, 66. Birmingham, cloudy, 68. Atlanta, mostly cloudy, 60. Again, conditions at Nashville, light rain, 66 degrees. Here is the forecast for Lawrenceburg, Collinwood, Culleoka, Hohenwald, and surrounding areas. Wind advisory remains in effect until midnight Central Daylight Time Saturday night. Flood watch remains in effect through late Saturday night. Tornado watch 42 in effect until 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time this morning. Today, showers with thunderstorms likely. Some thunderstorms may be severe with heavy rainfall, then some thunderstorms may produce heavy rainfall this afternoon. Locally heavy rainfall possible this afternoon. Breezy with highs around 70. South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Chance of rain near 100%. Tonight, a chance of thunderstorms. Showers, mainly in the evening. Some thunderstorms may produce heavy rainfall. Breezy with lows around 50. South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Becoming southwest 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts up to 30 miles per hour after midnight. Chance of rain near 100%. Sunday, partly sunny. Highs around 60. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Sunday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then clearing. Lows in the lower 30s. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Monday, sunny. Highs around 60. North winds around 5 miles per hour. Monday night, clear. Lows in the upper 30s. Tuesday, sunny. Highs in the lower 70s. Tuesday night, partly cloudy in the evening, then becoming mostly cloudy. Lows around 50. Wednesday, mostly cloudy in the morning, then partly sunny with a slight chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 70s. Chance of rain 20%. Wednesday night, showers likely in the evening, then partly cloudy with a chance of showers after midnight. Lows in the upper 30s. chance of rain 60%. Thursday, sunny, highs in the mid-50s. Thursday night, mostly clear, lows in the lower 30s. Friday, sunny, highs in the mid-60s. The National Weather Service has issued Tornado Watch number 42, effective until 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time. This watch includes the following counties in Tennessee: Giles, Lawrence, Lewis, Lincoln, Marshall, Maury, Wayne, and Williamson. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. What? Flash flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Widespread rainfall totals of 3 to 4 inches, with localized higher amounts over 7 inches. Where? Portions of Alabama, including the following counties: Colbert, Coleman, DeKalb, Franklin, Jackson, Lauderdale, Lawrence, Limestone, Madison, Marshall, and Morgan. In southern Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Franklin, Lincoln, and more. When? From 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time Saturday through 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Sunday. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Additional details: several rounds of thunderstorms will result in potentially excessive rainfall and flash flooding. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be prepared to take action should flash flood warnings be issued. You are listening to NOAA Weather Radio, All Hazards, the voice of the National Weather Service. This is Station WF84, located in Lawrence County. The broadcast originates from the National Weather Service office near Nashville. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? A portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Bedford, Kenham, Cheatham, Clay, Coffee, Cumberland, Davidson, DeKalb, Dixon, Fentress, Giles, Grundy, Hickman, Houston, Humphreys, Jackson, Lawrence, Lewis, Macon, Marshall, Maury, Montgomery, Overton, Perry, Pickett, Putnam, Robertson, Rutherford, Smith.
All right, so Cam asked a second ago, I wonder how many season chasers are out. There's a program I have over here called Radar Scope that we can shed a little light on that situation. Let me turn the radar off here real quick. Turn it on something really far away like Key West. There we go. Turn the labels back on. Let me turn some of this other stuff off. All right. All right, so let's swap over to Radar Scope real quick. So here's Radar Scope. Here we are. You got me labeled there, Captain Miss Columbia. So turn on the spotters. There are that many spotters out there chasing these events out and about. They may not all be actively chasing. They may be at hotels, they may be stopped on the road. They may be, somewhere here and there between, but lots of folks around. Normally I only, and you don't have to just be chasing for this. You can literally just be sitting at home with your radar scope and spotter network account linked together, and that just be it with it turned on. I usually don't turn mine on unless we're chasing, so but just that having been said, there are a lot of dots all around the country, and as you see, most of them are right around in this big swath right here where all the tornado reports are coming in and all the storm reports are coming in, because you see the clusters around these tornado and storm reports. Those aren't a coincidence. They're coming from these red dots and the thousands of other folks like them that spot and chase responsibly and don't treat it like a game. It's people's lives, literally are metaphorically, materially, all that stuff. So yeah, it's not like a movie where you're hooping and hollering and Twister and things like that. It's not how it is in real life, or not how it should be. So anyway, that's how many. So there are a lot of folks out there. So appreciate the question, and you all help out with that too, whether you know it or not. So by being here, you all help us out with those reports. Let us know what's going on. Let us know what you're seeing, and then we take and also filter that just depending on severe criteria, reporting criteria, and we also can disseminate some of that to local emergency management, local government, NWS, Storm Prediction Center, all of that thing to help things get issued. You know, we're in rural areas around here in our part of the country sometimes, so these storms, sometimes there's gaps in the radar, or sometimes we have topography gaps like we do here in Murray County. So center of Columbia, Tennessee here, we'll just go with, say, the square is 3,800 feet below the bottom of the radar coverage. So if you imagine like looking through a funnel, through the narrow end of it out, how it kind of goes out in a cone, that's how the radar looks similarly. So the bottom of that radar, that it can't see anything under that, is still hitting about 3,800 feet in the center of Columbia. In places, it's worse. So down here in Sunnyside where I live, it's 4152. So you all help us out with what's called ground truth, because we can't see what's happening between the bottom of that cloud or radar level and what's at the ground. You all help us out with that and provide that ground truth to let us know what is happening there at the ground, as well as, you know, spotters and all of those hero folks that we have every day out there out in this stuff, like police, fire, EMS, EMA, and those great folks. So haven't really lived until you've directed traffic in the rain in poly cotton blend. It's breathtaking, folks. So definitely slow down and definitely move over. Remember, any kind of flashing lights, police, fire, EMS, first responders, towing, recovery, move over, especially during very inclement road conditions. Getting splashed sucks too, people. So remember, move over. It's extremely easy to hydroplane right now, and you can literally kill somebody. Move over. Okay, ran over. That's just a biggie. So that's all you that know me know why. But that's a biggie. But soapbox moment over. Brady P, yes, we do have a good state emergency program. FEMA's still doing fine too. They just FEMA's a whole other different story that we won't even get into. So let's also know if you think it's okay to get some sleep for the next round. Yeah, I do. I think that'll be fine. I'm going to try really hard to maybe like one eye open with my iPad on my chest and the weather radio next to my head. But there's going to be a lull, we think, or at least some brief pauses in like the blobs of cells that are coming through before like the big time stuff comes through later on. Probably between 10 and 12 around the early start, but more probably like 2 to 4, 3 to like 8's probably like Golden Pony Boy if you stay like right around in there as far as like that bookend. So we could see some storms, probably low end, and maybe just some rain, just drizzly end, all the way up until like almost daylight Sunday, but it's not going to be anything severe to that point. Just this stuff that's coming through now, which doesn't look to be amount to much. Got the tornado watch just in case, but it's that stuff later on in the day that is actually the main concern. So if you're just joining us, yes, there are 2 rounds. This was just kind of the first round kind of preview. Atmosphere is very volatile around the region, and we expect some of that volatility to move up here from the south. That's why we do have that in the moderate outlook. Turn that on here real quick for everybody and zoom out a little bit so you can kind of see big picture there what's going on. So Columbia, Murray County solidly in that 4 out of 5 moderate risk, and then not too far away, about 50 something miles, I think we measured it earlier, 60 miles, is that high risk. So 5 out of 5 doesn't happen very often. I think they said earlier on the SPC webinar that this was the second time that they had ever put out a day 2 high since they had been doing day 2 expanded categorical outlooks. So not something that happens every day, and again, something you normally see at the very last moment reluctantly. So only used in cases of like severe extreme severe weather outbreaks, and that's what this is shaping up to be around the region. That's what I was answering a question earlier when someone asked if like the tone or the brevity that we use on the post about the relatives or like small children, things like that. Sorry, I'm trying not to lose my voice, folks. Was like really needed, and I was like, absolutely. I don't mean to sound like alarmist or sensational or anything, just literally being as real as I can with y'all right now. People will probably die at some point this weekend. As bad as I hate to say it, I hope it's not anywhere. I especially hope it's not here. But this is one of those things where it's going to be that bad, and unfortunately, extremely, extremely unfortunate. Like I'm not saying that with any sort of kind of glee or I was right or any kind of nothing other than just complete and utter heart goes out to the folks, because I've been there. I've chased the storms. I've driven through the end of it. We used to ride around with a trauma kit and a chainsaw, just to see what we could do, because you're going to get stuck a lot of times anyway if you don't make it through that before the gridlock hits or power lines, trees, yada yada. But at that point the chase is off and it becomes a human mission. So that's what this is all about, folks. We just want to make sure Miss Sheila and our friends at Spring Hill Weather put it very well, that I wouldn't want to sugarcoat anything and then the worst come to pass, and then because I'm gonna feel bad for that for the rest of my life. So I would much rather play it straight, give it to you straight from the NWS, ask me what I think, I'll tell you, and then we'll roll from there. If it turns out to be a bust, hey, I will never be more glad to be wrong, and we'll try to learn something from it and do better next time. And that's, folks, that's what it's all about. So Christy, I'm exhausted there too, but I'm getting my second wind. That's what I was referring to a moment ago. I'm unfortunately used to running at peak performance on zero energy and all that fun stuff due to my years of public safety and parenthood. So it's no problem. We did the same thing through the great blizzard of 24, I think, y'all? Yeah, January 24. Or January, December, or both. I don't remember. Anyway. Jenny, thank you for being go-to weather concerns. Really make a difference here in Murray County. We appreciate you too, Jenny. Again, we love Murray County because we live here too, so it's our home as well. Lisa DW, thank you for keeping us informed. Appreciate you, and we appreciate you as well, Lisa. Yeah, Kim, I'd say you got time to get a nap before the second round starts. Again, it should be at least a couple, 4 or 5 hours, I think, unless things just to start to immediately just like, oh yeah, thanks, Deanna. I was talking and I meant to do that. Sorry, appreciate that. Definitely call me out in the chat when I do stuff like that, y'all, because I will slick forget about that and just like leave it up or be sitting here talking without the mic on. Especially now that I've been up for a while. So yeah, definitely I try to keep my eyes on my levels and my inputs and everything and make sure I'm just being careful not to talk to y'all on mute or do dumb things. But it's definitely getting a little late into the day for me. Yeah, still not bad sales down here. It looks like it's mostly congealing into a blob, and some of these are actually kind of wasting away into this main kind of flow as it goes out into the eastern sections of Middle Tennessee. But still semi-heavy as far as the return there. So some pretty heavy rain, still showing some lightning, but definitely not as much as earlier. But unfortunately, from what NWS was saying earlier and discussing some concerns with them, the supercells are still going to be a concern, I think, going forward. And there doesn't look like there's going to be a cap like we had late today into this evening a little bit, because it definitely seemed like the atmosphere was a little bit more stable here than it was other places in the region. That cap should not be in place tomorrow. We expect a gradual erosion of that. And I'm sure NWS Nash will be doing some soundings again and balloon launches and all that fun stuff, and confirming all of that stuff with actual real hard data, then feeding that into the models. And every weather service office around the country does that. That's one of the things that NOAA does. NWS, again, great, worth every bang for their buck. Definitely would argue for those two agencies any day. Accountability and all that stuff's great in all audits and stuff. Everybody's got to balance the books, but NOAA and NWS are definitely, for the overall percentage of what we pay for everything else, they are great. Tremendous bang for the buck. And the NWS Nashville folks are second to none. We've got the best WFO weather forecast office in the country, and I'll take that one to bat any day. Yeah, Bobby, I don't want to talk about the February 2022 mini ice storm and the Miracle Dog. I still have flashbacks about that. Selena, yeah, you got it. Looks like a pretty good storm. Said she's waiting till it passed through Lawrenceburg to start the nap. Looks like it's almost to the west to southwest side of Lawrenceburg. There's still some heavier kind of areas coming, and maybe some heavier lightning in there too, like around State Line, St. Joe, Loretto, around there as well. Yep, I need more caffeine too. My next little pause in a second. I think we're just going to go to one of the video screens to give y'all an idea. That may be an instance of where I decide to do picture-in-picture, the chat, the radar, like our scroll and stuff at the bottom, and then maybe some of those ads that we've been talking about, maybe a small non-moving picture, maybe a small little moving video that loops for like 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. And that way I can go and, like turn around and clear my throat, or talk to Bobby for a second, or do something, in that 30, 60, how many ever seconds that we do. So again, just think about that, thinkies. When I go to that break screen. And again, it's just a way for us to trial some stuff actually on a live broadcast when things are important and people are watching, enough people, but not necessarily while all what is hitting the proverbial fan at the same time either. So Jennifer, we appreciate you as well. Thank you for following and joining us on the stream. Yep, it's Deanna says it's starting to light up in West Haven. Yep, it's definitely some light show going on there to the south in Lawrenceburg, and it looks like part of our storms may be catching that like that dry boundary right there, to where they're tapering off, kind of how, so say heavier precip over here, kind of extending up into that stripe, and then it gradually merges in with this other precip, but then it kind of also just starts drying out a little bit along this line. So if this keeps that drying trend, all of this rain that's looking like it's down there in Lawrenceburg now, still doing a little lightning, could end up sliding further to the east as it slides north and go more around Lewisburg, Pulaski, Linville, and maybe more towards Bedford County, Shelbyville, instead of Columbia, if it keeps on that same track anyway, because it looks like it's trying to dry a little bit along this line. So maybe some decent news there, kind of, because the bigger of a break we get too, unfortunately, that can actually hurt us in the long run if we get really hot and really unstable. So again, some of my favorite qualities. Really need the soundboard back. Oh, I really need the soundboard. All right, Gamer Dad's got just sprinkles in Chapel Hill. That's not too bad. It should pick back up a little bit for you, but again, nothing severe, nothing too heavy. Yeah, Boppy, it's about nap time, I think. If we're going to get it, we probably need to do it soon, and I'll just leave this up for a bit and then relaunch it again once we get another watch issued or something like that once this clears out, or when we restart our coverage. Yeah, Angelina was asking about that storm we were looking at as it heading to Columbia. Good question. That's kind of what we were discussing there. It may be want to dry out a little bit, but it's still got a little bit of this heavier precip sticking out there a little bit. Kind of almost like in a little Italy-looking boot print there, I guess. Or whatever shape you want to see in the Magic Eye suit. But main thing is still I want to always keep our coverage active. That's kind of like my litmus test or bookend that we use for things. The rule of thumb is whenever we have any kind of like weather watch active, I like to stay with our live coverage running, even if it's just the radar loop up with this information, because as you see, this is pretty much from one end of the country to halfway down to the other, and maybe about the same tomorrow. So definitely a major event all across the region. I want to make sure you all are staying safe, and obviously, again, it's all about just reaching the most people that we can. Pass along the stuff to your friends and fam. Tell them about it. Call them. Go check on them. Make sure that you help them program their weather radio. Help them find their safe spot in the house or clean it out, get it stocked. When we were at SWAD at Trevecca, the Severe Weather Awareness Day, Director Hardy at Murray EMA was talking about, obviously the absolute disaster and tragedy that we had last May with the tornado coming through Columbia-Murray County, but in the aftermath of it, like the absolute almost nigh on miracle Herculean effort to where they said, hey, we can't get into these roads, or we have lots of trees down and we're having issues getting in and out and stuff. And they said, okay, no problem. And then all of a sudden just heavy equipment starts coming out of the woodwork, and trailers and dozers and trees and dump trucks and chainsaws. And that's how we are here. We are Murray County strong. It's just a big community effort. Again, that's why I give it a big part of this page, its success and everything credit. We don't advertise or anything like that. It's all word of mouth. Neighbors telling neighbors, neighbors helping neighbors, and that's what we do, folks. So looks like they are canceling off a little bit of that northern section of the tornado watch, so that's good news up there in Kentucky. So but again, like I said, this is why we do this. We're from here. We love here. We were all public servants, or are in some capacity in our retired and current professional lives for our day jobs. So it's just what we do. Again, not meteorologists or anything, just had a knack. We both have lots and lots of experience. We both are basic and advanced skywarn storm spotters. I've been chasing for almost 20 years, right at 20 years, and been doing the social media game for 17. So not too bad. Just an old dog trying to learn new tricks with all this stuff these days. All right, Dan is in West Haven, looking down from Trotwood, coming from the Mount Pleasant area. Yeah, it's definitely down there to the southwest towards those storms. Fun fact, growing up in the South, of course, we always have these little springtime and summertime storms, and you would always hear your relatives as a kid talking about, oh, look, you can see the heat lightning from blah, 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 blah. Guess what? No such thing. Heat can affect like the duration and like frequency and like intensity. Sometimes, like if it's really humid, you can have like an electrical storm, and it's really spidery, cool looking, like windshield crack lightning. That can influence it sometimes, but it doesn't cause it. So what you're actually seeing on those clear summer nights is usually the light from a thunderstorm many miles away, because you can see it like 60, 70, 80, 100 miles away, just depending on your visibility and how tall that thunderstorm is, because some of those supercells can get 50,000 feet in the air, and you can see that thing for a while, because it's like one of those little cloud lamps. A little bit of light at the bottom lights up that whole big like pillowcase sized fluffy thing enough to where you can still see it and it glows almost. So that is actually what it is. Distant thunderstorms, not heat. Now you know. Go forth informed. All right. Let's see. Yeah, it'll definitely be here before 11 p.m. Let's see. Deanna. Sheila. When's the worst storm supposed to be in Columbia County? Probably, again, somewhere looking like between this afternoon, sometimes this evening. It may start as early as like 10, 11, but I think it's probably going to be a safe bet. Like noon to 2 would be a good window for that to start there, and probably the heavier stuff coming in a little bit later around maybe like 3, 4, 5, 6 to 8, maybe. So just depending on how many waves there are and how long it takes to come through. Southern Giles County looks, yeah, just about like heavy rain. There's no warnings or anything on this, just lots of lightning, lots of heavy rain. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Bobby. I think I'm going to go and take this small little break, come back, run through the particulars one more time and the basics, and then go in and put her on the loop and try to shut my eyes a minute as well, folks. So I recommend doing the same. Again, if Cap's going to do it, got to be cool, right? So I've got my ways of waking up if we do get a warning issued or anything like that. Don't see anything like that. In the meantime, again, we've always thought we might see some breaks, we might not. So this is just all going to be watching and seeing how this part of it pans out. Now that we're, for the most part, I'm still consulting the models here every hour, but for the most part, we're done with that now, and we just have to see how it pans out, and we turn into commentators and less predictors. So I like this part a lot better than the predicting. So for sure. But we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go over the basics at the top. So if you're just joining us, stick around just a little bit longer. We'll go over all of the pertinence throughout the day, the SPC stuff, NWS update from Nashville this morning, and what to expect, when to expect it, and what that might look like. Stay tuned. Yeah, something like this, but maybe not as dull on the music. So just gonna leave that on for now. I can't even bear to do that for y'all. I forgot what it sounded like. It's been so long since I've used it, so we won't even do that. So I'll put some Noah back on for y'all for a minute, and then we'll be right back.
Should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. What? Flash flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where? Portions of Alabama, including the following areas: Colbert, Coleman, DeKalb, Franklin, Alabama, Jackson, Lauderdale, Lawrence, Limestone, Madison, Marshall and Morgan, and southern Middle Tennessee, including the following areas: Franklin, Tennessee, Lincoln, and more. When? Through late tonight. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Flooding may occur in poor drainage and urban areas. Additional details: much of the area has received 1 to 2 inches of rainfall overnight into this morning, and more heavy rainfall from strong to severe thunderstorms is anticipated today into tonight. Rain may be very heavy at times in thunderstorms, especially this afternoon and evening, and increase the risk for flash flooding. http://www.weather.gov/safety/ flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be prepared to take action should flash flood warnings be issued. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is expected. Where? A portion of Middle Tennessee, including the following counties: Giles, Lawrence, Marshall, and Maury. When? Until 8:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Impacts: minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. Additional details: at 5:18 a.m. Central Daylight Time, Doppler radar indicated heavy rain due to thunderstorms. Minor flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the advisory area. Some locations that will experience flooding include Lewisburg, Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, Loretto, Cornersville, St. Joseph, Etheridge, Lineville, Good Spring, Leoma, Colioca, West Point, Belfast, and Iron City. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood turnaround. Don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Wind advisory remains in effect until midnight Central Daylight Time tonight. What? South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 45 miles per hour. Where? All of Middle Tennessee. When? Until midnight Central Daylight Time tonight. Impacts. Gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. Secure outdoor objects. Wind advisory remains in effect until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Sunday. What? South winds 15 to 25 miles per hour with gusts up to 40 miles per hour expected. Where? Portions of north central, northeast, and northwest Alabama and southern Middle Tennessee. When? Until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Sunday. Impacts. Gusty winds will blow around unsecured objects. Tree limbs could be blown down and a few power outages may result. Winds this strong can make driving difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. Secure outdoor objects. In Nashville at 6 a.m. Cloudy, the temperature was 66 degrees, dew point was 55, and the relative humidity was 67%. Winds were south at 24 miles an hour. Tornado watch number 42 has been canceled for the following counties in Tennessee: Giles, Lawrence, Lewis, Marshall, Maury, Wayne, and Williamson. Tornado watch number 42 remains in effect until 10 a.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: Lincoln, Tennessee. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail, and damaging winds in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information. In Nashville at 6 a.m. Cloudy, the temperature was 66 degrees, dew point was 55, and the relative humidity was 67%. Winds were south at 24 miles an hour, gusting to 33. The pressure was 29.52 inches and falling. Around Middle Tennessee. Clarksville, cloudy, 71. Crossville, cloudy, 61. Columbia, Mount Pleasant, mostly cloudy, 63.
All right, and as you see, our severe weather ticker disappeared there just a moment ago, and soon this will update here. A minute ago, I think it pulls it every couple of minutes, so it'll take it a second to update, but that tornado watch number 42 has been canceled for pretty much everybody but Lincoln County way over here, so good news there. Definitely go to bed. I was making the post to that effect right now. I'm going to try to catch a nap. Myself, again, just make sure that if something random comes stray out of Mississippi or Alabama right now and catches a warning, that you've got one of your redundant ways that can wake you up if you take a nap, or, you know, you got somebody else up in the house or whatever that can keep an eye on things or whatever. But definitely get some sleep. It's cool. Don't think there's any issues there, but definitely keep an eye out for that next round of things, and make sure that again, you got your multiple ways and you got your safe spaces ready to go just in case things do get bumpy later, because it's still kind of forecast to be that way. So keep an eye out. We'll be doing the same. Keep an eye out for those updates. Stay frosty, and we'll see you later.
Bowling Green, cloudy.